on this episode of Worst Roof Ever, Taillight Warranty Edition. Let's go around back. I'll show you what we got called out here. Then we'll go up on the roof and see what we can see and hopefully learn some lessons on this one. So I guess on the way back, I can give you a little bit of history of what I found out on this. The original home was built by a reputable contractor here in town. I don't remember the year, but this is not the original roof. It is a newer roof. It's got some age on it, but it's by a contractor that is, I believe, now out of business. Imagine that. All right, so switch camera. So this was referred over to me because they can't find anyone to get out here. They've got some leaking going on in their kitchen, which is behind this room, and their dining area up around this wall here. Shows me the inside, multiple can lights. There's some on this side. There's a bedroom. There's some leaking going on over here and some can lights. So there's water coming in. What we're gonna do is just first take a quick visual, get an idea of the landscape, what we got going on. It's a nice little fall. It's walkable. There's no obvious damage, no shingles missing currently, but typically what we find when you have flashing is it is a flashing issue, something done wrong. So let's go see what we can find. All right, we're coming back up on the front side here. Videos are not sponsored, so on the way up here, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, me. No, really, seriously. And what I like to try to do is share info and share knowledge and things that you can learn from. So part of that being is what can save you time, what can save you money, and not get taken advantage of. Saving you time, saving you money, and protecting your things. Ladder standoffs. Check the links in the description down below. I would only recommend things to you that will help you. They benefit me, they save your gutters, they protect your gutters. Keeps your gutters clear from being smashed. Makes your ladder extra stabilizer. For that little advertisement there, please, you'll find a link down in the description. Also, my mag hatchets, any products that you can't find typically in your box stores. Oh, crypto exchanges too, by the way. All right, back to the video. So when I came up here the first time, second time up here, I just get right here and I'm like blown away at the things I see, because she also pointed something out right here. She said her homeowner found, or her husband found some stuff that doesn't look right. Let's jump up here and give you a little bit more of the history. Also, by the way, safety first, people. Wear safety equipment if you need to. Don't do what I do just because I do it. Indicated that the contractor that put the new roof on years back, they had issues right after it. They basically told the homeowner when they called and said, hey, we got some problems coming on, going on, we need to get you out here. They basically told her, no, they've been paid, their job was good, nothing was on them anymore. You'll see otherwise and why they got scared and ran and never came back to fix it. The short I did, the first one anyway, right here. I just get up on the roof and I'm like blown away because I don't see flashing. There is a little brick wall here, no flashing. This is not an inside area. This is over the front foyer entry area, so you're not going to see a leak because it's not inside. I can tell you it's leaking. You got rotten wood going on here. There's nothing. The brick and the shingles are cut right there all the way up. That's the first thing I see, and I do a little short. Check the short out. Also see some nail holes. I see some flashing sticking up, what they pointed out. This wall here, just a quick glimpse. I do see step flashing in there, but if you look, it'd be hard to get my phone down low enough. Every piece, and I verified, you can see it better right here, is just thrown down to the roof deck, and then they simply shingled everything up. Look at this one here. This is even worse. Holy moly. You can see the top of that shingle is on top of the flashing. The shingle next to it right here is actually short. It's just a disaster. There's a lot of other things we're gonna go up and see. This one right here is pretty bad. The front wall flashing. I see shiny mill finish flashing. You would think good, right? No, think again. Why is that shingle right here look extremely short? Most of them probably 12, 13 inches tall. That is not 12, 13 inches tall. Build-up's mostly 5 if it's standard, or metrics 5, 5/8 or so. What do you got going on? It's cut. They cut the shingle. The flashing is not much down further than that, so let's see what we can see under here. I see paper. Water is running off of that wall flashing right under this row of shingles. It's just not done good. The quality has been horrible. Right there, that is an absolute bad. So also nail placement. I've talked about that in other videos. If you need a nail flashing down, that's fine. Don't ever put it low, don't ever put it out, especially in an area where water's running down, because in an area like this, you have a lot of water up above in this dormer, coming down the valleys, coming down this section, and it just bombards this little pinch point right here. Any water coming down this edge, highly likely that some of it's gonna get down in these nails. Now that it's got a punctured hole through the shingle, through the paper, through the decking, it's got a drip point where water can just drip in. You can also see that there's no flashing sticking down right there. It's just running under the shingles that they cut absolutely way too short. Let's go walk over here real quick. I'll try not to drop my phone. I did a minute ago. The phone shut off on me. Yeah, part of the reason is because I stood up and hit my head on that, so watch yourselves, be careful. Got some stuff going on here. Look at, bud, a dead pocket. I refer to these as a dead pocket. Some people might call them a half saddle or a cricket, or, I mean, typically if you had a chimney backside, a saddle would be 2 of these. So I've also heard them a cricket. But why I call it a dead pocket? If you got an area where water could flow and hit and terminate into a wall, that's usually a dead pocket. When this was built, my opinion, this should have come out and had the water shoot out a little bit further. Not a big deal. You can actually do repair after the fact. By the way, it looks like somebody did do a repair here. Probably had an issue, and that's their version of repair. A+. Actually, BDR, I love you, buddy. If this was you, you would have done that. Charge some big bucks, taking the rest of the day off. I love your channel. So what you should have done here, if you're going to do a repair or the roof after from the original framing of this, take the siding apart, get all this out of here. You're going to need to put some ice and water in here, put some coil stock, not flashing, a solid piece of coil stock, something big enough to go down, come up the wall high enough, because you're going to get some water coming down here. It's going to cool, it's going to freeze, it's going to ice dam, some issues. Once your big piece of metal is in here shooting the water out and it dumps out, it's important to dump out on top of another shingle somewhere. Then at that point, you'll ice and water your valley, and you'll flash and lace everything, and then dump your wall flashing on top of the your step flashing on top of your end wall flashing, apron, whatever you want to refer to it as, and then on top of a shingle, and then run out. Not good. Shingles coming down, big indication that the nails are not good. Nail pattern, almost backed up into that. Just not good. You should see nails in the common bond. I don't see them. They probably got hot over time. They probably sliding down. Should not see stagger patterns so small like this. This is horrible. Where's the nails? Okay, you got one. It's up there a mile. Look at some flashing. And keep in mind, this isn't even the leak that I was called out here for. Alright, so looking at what we got. This is your fascia metal. I'm not a fan of having them bent out. Really no need to unless you're going to make it more rigid, but there's other ways of doing it. It's blocking the flashing. I do see a piece of flashing, but it's short. It terminates just up above my finger here, and what you're seeing is this drip edge, which is drip edge, not apron. It runs up, but can I get the camera to focus? That dark spot is no flashing. That's just entrance to the attic. Yeah, just not good. I feel like it's gonna start raining. We got rain on the way, so I need to make this a quicker video. I can't probably get everything looked at, so let's go cover the primary issues and why we're here. Also, another point, I'm just wearing my regular shoes, just my cheapies. Cougar paws, they're gonna make things a whole lot easier. So I covered a just brief bit on this wall here. Admire the patch jobs. People come out and not care about the color of the shingles for a patch. That's just a shame. More heating up, sliding down. More heating up, sliding down. All right, let's look. Oh my goodness. It'll get you. You don't even have to look. It just screams out at you. See that entrance right there? Come on, rain. That's definitely some indication of, well, it's not an indication of, but it's definitely an invitation to water intrusion. I mean, this shingle right here, look at where they cut this. Holy cow, it's cut clear back to my finger right there. That flashing isn't doing a bit of good. It's just dumping in there. By the way, the other thing I saw is they put one piece of flashing, just one in these. You go up higher, can't see it here on this one, but the other ones you'll notice there's one piece of flashing. It's either too high and short, or it's too low and short up top. Just keep an eye on those on the way. You should never have keyways in your valley like this. This one really is not good because you got a steeper section, it's 10-12 pitch, water's coming down. And yes, people say, oh, that's not steep. Well, when you look at a section like this versus on my phone screen with wide angle, it's kind of hard to get. I did put a pitch gauge on it. It's a 10. It's a little walkable. This is an 8. It's walkable. But water running down the steep side, it's going to go into these keyways and have some lateral water movement coming off of this. Definitely not good. Not good. Yeah. Definitely somebody didn't know what they were doing, and it's not just a onesie twosie, it's probably scattered about. So also the warranty issue, the taillight warranty on the channel. I get some pretty funny comments, so I appreciate it. Keep them coming. The whole point of the video is to share what I know, so hopefully save some people down the road. If you could give it a thumbs up. Taillight warranty, it's a term that people use when you can't see their taillight. Warranty's gone, and guess what? You're stuck with it. Again, I heard this person is out of business, but prior to going out of business, they just didn't care, weren't going to come back. Wasn't on them, they did their job. Well, guess what? They got paid, and they ain't coming back. They also told me they had some issues or a hard time finding anyone to even offer repair or want to do repair, or some that quote a repair, didn't even say what they were going to do. Just fix the leak, give them a price. I'm going to fix the leak. Like, did they describe what? Nope, just fix the leak. I highly advise you, get something in writing. Any reputable, legitimate company will put it out and spell it out what the problem is. Where is it? What are they going to do? Not just say fix the leak, give you a price. Not always, unless it's something simple. Just, you'll see there's a lot more here. See, I got a wall right here. I haven't looked at this one yet. Oh my goodness. I cover nail placement quite a bit in many of my videos. I talk about it. Water gets into those. The offset's not far. You can see they're all just, somebody commented in the past how they just sawtooth dragging down, and this is horrible. It's not acceptable. Oh, the rain's moving in. Hey, flashing, where are you? I did a quick short. You have to check them out. So here's one where the flashing stops height-wise right there at my finger. Comes down, it looks like it's onto a shingle. That shingle does go up far enough under there, so the lower part is good, but you really risk the top part while they're getting in there. That doesn't appear to be any flashing in this, just caulking. When the brick was laid on that I-beam, not the I-beam, but the iron beam to support the brick, there's no flashing in there. I think I just saw something really bad right here too. And of course, a keyway and a keyway. This is really not good. If you looked into this part right here, you're gonna see that there's nothing but black paper under here. Luckily it's tight. And it's not just that one, they did it all the way down. So this whole entire lower course is that way. I really gotta get moving, people. The rain is coming. That one's a bit steep. I'm not gonna walk out there. It's a 2-story all the way around that way. Bam. Couldn't have done better myself. Okay, real quick. I had somebody comment recently. Can't remember, sorry. It's hard to respond to all of them. I get a few comments about people saying, what do you mean by tucked? So just very brief rundown. Water hits the roof, gravity pulls it down, or some unknown force, I can't see, and it hits and splits around, whatever. Well, when it's on the flashing here, whatever it is, whether it's one of those or one of these or any kind of flashing, it's gonna run off of that, and you want it to go onto a shingle. So what do I mean by tucked? Your shingle needs to tuck under that flashing, so any water that comes down on it dumps out on top of a shingle. Here's a good example. These look like they've been replaced at some point. So water coming down, comes off of this, onto the shingle, runs down off the roof. Tucked under. That's what I meant by tucked. That one doesn't appear to be tucked. If it is, it's not down near far enough, because then at the top of this shingle here, typically only goes about that high, and these pipe flashing flanges only come about that far. You have an area where water could come in. You also then have areas like this where water's coming down and going right in under this nail, hits the shank, over time will rust it out. So just a quick, what I'm talking about with tucking shingles. So here's where it gets to be really mind-blowing. We're just gonna look at some things around here. All right, I see this, and the leak is in this general area, and some can lights, and on the room over there. The guy said that he's gonna repair it, said fix leak. Really didn't give any description of what it is. But then again, once they're ready to drive away, it looks like they got a new roof. By the way, with new roofs, typically you get a good price, good speed, or good quality. Whoop, there we go. Typically, you only get 2, not 3. Take your pick. Usually only 2. If you get 3 of them, I want to know who's doing it for that price. It's known. You can't get all 3 of them. If you want a good price and good speed, you're not going to get good quality. If you want good quality and good speed, you're not going to get a good price. And the people that are doing it for less, watch this video. So let's look at this right here. If you want to pay thousands of dollars and trust the cheap guy and hope that it's going to last, then go for it. You ready for this? Let's look at this here. So my gut instinct from my knowledge of roofing, it's going to be a flashing issue. If you've had a good job, you shouldn't see caulking going down it like that. And we'll get down there. All the water running off of this section right here. Let's start right here. Okay, it's laced. You got some shingle tucked under, or an old school valley roll, or roll roofing is a valley. Dumps out onto this. I wouldn't put that there, but we're not going to see the flashing just yet. Bam! Okay, what was going on with the roofer that roofed this? They cut this shingle so short and just threw it in there and then threw that flashing on. But what's going on with this drip groove, seeing paper, dirty water trail, water flowing in? Guess what? Once it's under this, it's now in between your roofing and your roof deck, all the way down. The only thing that is covering is the paper keeping it dry. So any little nail holes and things that could drop in. Look how sloppy that cut was. I don't know what they were thinking. They must have been as high as a kite. That's just not good. Really not a whole lot to cover down here. It's all sealed down. Let's see if we can see something at the bottom real quick. Again, this is rotten. Shouldn't be able to pull a nail up like that. I'm gonna guess the flashing comes down the front of the wall right here. It ends about right here. I can see it. When I looked under this way, I can't get my phone low enough. The step flashing piece actually is short or just right at the edge. So then again, it tells me that it's not down far enough. You need it extended or you need an accordion style up under there. All right, rain's moving in, keep moving. We're gonna check just some other random areas here. I had seen some things that I was just like, let's check some nail placement, because there's a few I saw right in the keyway. Over time, those are gonna be an issue. But more importantly, like, okay, so this right here, you can see, even the nail is starting to rust and start sticking up. Then it just starts dripping in on you. That nail should be over here. The keyway should be staggered further than that too. And benefit of the doubt, is it just one here or there, or is it a lot of them? I think they're under this other side when they're stuck down. You can kind of see them like that, but I mean, it's just way too often on these. They're under there. Just, I don't know if I can even get them in frame. Try to lift it up more so you can see. Look at that. So there's kind of where it should be. Should be lower. Nope, not close enough. Let's shoot a second one in the keyway. I get, you know, hopefully you get the idea here. They should not be there like that. Let's move on. There's more. I kind of checked this a minute ago. If I'm not careful, I'm going to get rained on. This one down here. This is another one that's just like, what is going on? So this looks kind of funky. We'll look into flashing. Again, it's like, what's going on? So all the water running down this, rushing this valley is coming down. Well, what we got going on right here? Look at this. That shingle again is cut so short, and it's actually making things worse. If that shingle was uncut and just shoved over and run vertical, and then this came over, it'd lap it good. Now, why it's making it worse, any water hitting it, is following the path of least resistance, running down that shingle cut edge and going right in under this return here. That's piss poor. There's other things with nail placement. I mean, it's not just that front section. It's the entire house I've been finding. All right, starting to rain harder. Gotta hurry up here. Again, flashing is short here. Same issue going down here. It's all tarred and sealed and silicone, so probably an issue. I did do a short here on this too about nails, like the flashing actually, but where are the nails? Did they forget to shoot some of these? Maybe they shot them high. I don't know. This one here too. Look at that. I can pull it out with my hand. That should not be able to be done like that. Somebody did a nice repair job here later. Oh yeah, it's getting a little slick and granular. Whoa. Look at that, Artsky. That's art right there. Somebody took a STEM class or something. Okay, yeah. Look at the keyways here. It's a nice cut. Typically, I don't try to cut my bottom row when I'm coming up from a section and over. You run a whole new row so the sealer on the shingle is actually going to stick down, and make sure your nails are lowered into the buildup to, or not the buildup line, but in the double thick part, lower. And pay attention to where the height of this next row comes down, so it's going to seal down on that row. Provided that it's a bottom seal, it's going to stick to the shingle where you're nailed. If it's a top seal, you might have an issue because the next seal strip's going to be up here. And the one you cut is too low. So, yeah. Well, I wouldn't cut it. Anyway, I'm starting to get a little cautious in the rain here. That's a good 2-story fall right down there. I don't want to find out that sudden stop at the end. Got more down there. I'm trying to zoom in. I also risk my phone screen shutting off from the rain on it. Not good. We're going long. Let's start to wrap up the video. Please, guys, if you could. Put my little finger hold on. out so I can grab it. Give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Not so much for me, but for the people looking for the info. Check the links out down in the description down below for something you think you may need. It's not for me. It does benefit the channel just ever so slightly. Doesn't cost you anything additional, but show your support. I'd greatly appreciate it. More so, the thumbs up, give the algorithm, hey, this is kind of popular. Hey, this is trending and whatever, and people can learn from it. That's what I want to share here is the knowledge. She's a broing in the west. She's coming in. I got to get out here, guys. Appreciate you following me. I appreciate all the comments and the things on the channel here on the Grand Roofing channel. Give it a thumbs up. Until next time, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.